a pleasure to have you here again. This video is truly something special. You may have come across many videos on Stoicism, but let me tell you, this one is different. It's filled with unique insights and perspectives that are often overlooked. I urge you to watch it closely, because hidden within these words are treasures of wisdom that can profoundly impact your life. In fact, I encourage you to revisit it more than once. Each time you watch, you might uncover new layers of understanding. Also, I highly recommend that you take notes throughout. Each of the principles we will cover can serve as a guiding compass to help you navigate life with more clarity and purpose. Now, without further ado, let's explore 50 Stoic principles that will transform the way you view life. Principle 1. Learn to distinguish what you can control. One of the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy is learning to distinguish what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus challenges us to reflect deeply on this. Modern cognitive science aligns with this Stoic wisdom, revealing how constant worry over things beyond our control leads to high levels of stress and anxiety. Epictetus reminds us, do not expect events to happen as you wish, accept them as they occur. Rather than battling life's uncontrollable currents, we should focus on what we can influence, our actions, decisions, and mindset. Principle 2. Virtue as a guide. The Stoics believe that virtue is the foundation of a fulfilling life. Positive psychology echoes this idea, highlighting that pursuing virtues such as honesty, courage, and kindness leads to greater life satisfaction. Seneca once said, "The wise man is content with being wise, no more, no less." This teaches us to live authentically, guided by our internal values rather than seeking validation from external sources. Principle 3. The power of self-discipline. Self-discipline is another crucial pillar of Stoic wisdom. Epictetus stresses that mastering oneself is key to achieving personal growth. Psychology confirms this, showing that individuals with high self-discipline are more likely to succeed in life. His teaching, "No one is free whose mind is not like a master," warns us that if we allow our impulses to control us, we limit our freedom. True liberation comes from exercising restraint over our desires and impulses. Principle 4. The transience of life. Marcus Aurelius invites us to contemplate the fleeting nature of existence. This principle of impermanence is supported by modern psychology, which shows that long-term thinking helps reduce anxiety over trivial matters. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Accepting the temporary nature of life encourages us to live with a sense of gratitude for the present moment. Principle 5. Practice empathy. Empathy was highly regarded by the Stoics as essential for fostering healthy human relationships. Modern research on social psychology also emphasizes the importance of empathy for building strong, meaningful connections. Epictetus taught, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. By practicing empathy, we not only better understand others, but we also deepen our connection to the world around us. Principle 6. Choose your response. Influenced by Stoic philosophy, Viktor Frankl emphasized that even in the direst circumstances, we possess the freedom to choose our response. He stated, between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space lies our power to choose. This idea echoes the Stoics' belief that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we react. Principle 7. Embrace simplicity. For the Stoics, simplicity was key to achieving inner peace. Seneca was a strong proponent of living minimally, encouraging us to focus on what truly matters. Research on minimalism shows that reducing excess can lead to greater happiness and clarity. As Seneca said, it's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture, it's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. Simplifying our lives allows us to focus on our true goals and reduce unnecessary stress. Principle 8. The value of reflection. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on his actions, a practice that today's psychology recognizes as a powerful tool for reducing stress and gaining clarity. He once said, "Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear." Reflection enables us to better understand our thoughts and emotions, helping us make decisions that are in harmony with our values. Principle 9. Willingness to change. Epictetus taught that while we should accept what we cannot change, we must also have the courage to change what we can. Positive psychology aligns with this, supporting the idea that personal growth is driven by the ability to adapt. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By altering our perspective, we gain the resilience to handle life's challenges with grace. Principle 10. The importance of the present moment. The Stoics placed immense value on living in the present. Modern mindfulness psychology confirms that staying present leads to greater happiness and fulfillment. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Focusing on the present helps us appreciate life as it unfolds, without getting trapped in regrets of the past or worries about the future. Principle 11. Understanding the nature of desire. The Stoics believed that unchecked desires can lead to suffering. Modern psychology aligns with this by showing how reducing excessive desires contributes to emotional well-being. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only desire." By moderating desires, we cultivate inner peace and contentment. Principle 12. Rational thinking over emotional reaction. The Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and rational thinking over emotional reactions. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, in modern psychology supports this, showing how thinking shapes emotions. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." By focusing on rationality, we navigate life's challenges with clarity. Principle 13. Social responsibility. The Stoics recognized our duty to contribute to society. Psychology confirms that a sense of social responsibility enhances personal fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius observed, "What benefits the hive benefits the bee." Practicing social responsibility strengthens our communities and gives meaning to our lives. Principle 14. Self-examination and reflection. Stoicism promotes regular self-examination to evaluate our progress and virtue. Modern psychology emphasizes the role of reflection in personal growth. Seneca said, "A life unexamined is a life unlived." Practicing self-reflection leads to greater self-awareness and purpose. Principle 15. Moderation and temperance. Temperance, or moderation, was a key Stoic virtue. Psychology highlights the importance of balance in maintaining physical and emotional health. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the result of moderation." Practicing temperance leads to self-control and balance in all aspects of life. Principle 16. Acceptance of mortality. The Stoics urged us to contemplate our mortality, believing that it helps us live fully. The psychology of death acceptance shows that facing mortality increases appreciation for life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say." Acceptance of death leads to a deeper appreciation for the present. Principle 17. Detachment from material wealth. The Stoics taught that true happiness doesn't depend on material wealth. Psychology supports this, as studies show that wealth beyond a certain point doesn't increase happiness. Seneca advised, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Practicing detachment from material wealth leads to a more meaningful life. Principle 18. The power of habit. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of forming good habits to build virtue. Behavioral psychology agrees that habits shape behavior. Epictetus said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Practicing virtuous habits helps us live more consistently in line with our values. Principle 19. Inner strength over external circumstances. The Stoics believed that our inner strength, not external circumstances, determines our happiness. Modern psychology echoes this in concepts of resilience and emotional regulation. Marcus Aurelius stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Practicing inner strength leads to emotional resilience. Principle 20. Value of friendship and community. The Stoics valued friendship and community as essential for a fulfilling life. Psychology confirms that social connections improve well-being. Seneca noted, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." Practicing deep connections brings joy and support to life. Principle 21. Control over emotions. Stoicism teaches that we should control our emotions rather than be controlled by them. Psychology supports emotional regulation as key to mental health. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By mastering our emotions, we find calm and control in difficult situations. Principle 22. Steadfastness in the face of criticism. The Stoics emphasized remaining steadfast and unaffected by the opinions of others. Psychology shows that those with a strong sense of self-worth are less affected by external criticism. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Practicing this helps us stay true to our values despite external judgments. Principle 23. Finding purpose in life's challenges. Stoicism teaches us to find purpose in challenges and see them as opportunities for growth. The psychology of resilience shows that overcoming adversity strengthens character. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Embracing challenges as teachers leads to personal growth. Principle 24. The art of letting go. Stoicism emphasizes letting go of things we cannot control. Psychology supports the idea that acceptance is crucial for mental well-being. Epictetus taught, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things beyond the power of our will." Letting go brings peace and reduces stress. Principle 25. The importance of continuous education. Continuous learning was a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. In modern psychology, lifelong learning enriches our lives and fosters intellectual growth. Epictetus said, "Learn. If you can't teach, write. If you can't write, reflect." This principle urges us to stay open to new ideas and experiences, which help us grow as individuals. Principle 26. Empathy towards others. The Stoics place great value on empathy as a way to build stronger communities and connections. Psychology shows that empathy enhances social interactions. Seneca taught, "Man is sacred to man." By practicing empathy, we create deeper, more meaningful relationships. Principle 27. Mental discipline. A disciplined mind is fundamental in Stoicism, with cognitive psychology supporting the importance of mental regulation. Epictetus observed, "You are a slave to what you cannot control." Mental discipline frees us from negative thoughts, promoting mindfulness and balance in life. Principle 28. Adversity as a teacher. To the Stoics, adversity was an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Adversity is the test of a man. Only in trials do we know ourselves." Modern psychology's concept of post-traumatic growth shows how facing challenges builds resilience and wisdom. Principle 29. Conscious decision-making. Thoughtful, conscious decisions lead to more meaningful lives. Psychology confirms that mindful choices result in greater satisfaction. Epictetus advised, "First, decide what you would be, then do what you must." Aligning decisions with our values leads to a fulfilling life. Principle 30. Persistence in virtue. Stoicism teaches that persistence in virtue is the key to ethical living. Moral psychology tells us that following our principles leads to a greater sense of fulfillment. Seneca said, "Virtue is the only good." Holding to our values brings authenticity and purpose to life. To those still watching, well done. You've proven your strength by sticking through this journey when many would have quit. Make sure you're subscribed to stay updated with more Stoic wisdom. Principle 31. Effective communication. The Stoics understood the power of communication, and modern psychology supports this. Clarity and empathy strengthen relationships and prevent misunderstandings. Epictetus said, "Speak what is more beautiful than silence." Effective communication fosters connection and harmony. Principle 32. Detachment from outcomes. By detaching from outcomes, the Stoics found peace. Psychology echoes this. Focusing on the process rather than results reduces stress. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not expect fruits beyond the labor." Letting go of what we can't control leads to contentment. Principle 33. Physical self-discipline. The Stoics also valued physical discipline, understanding its link to mental well-being. Psychology affirms that self-control in habits like exercise and diet improves life quality. Epictetus taught, "The body is the prison of the soul." Physical discipline nurtures both body and mind. Principle 34. Integrity in actions. Acting with integrity is essential to Stoic philosophy, and psychology shows that living consistently with our values enhances satisfaction. Epictetus said, "A man's life is guided by the color of his thoughts." Integrity leads to inner peace and self-respect. Principle 35. Mindfulness in daily routines. For the Stoics, mindfulness in everyday actions was key to living well. Psychology confirms that being present reduces stress and promotes well-being. Epictetus advised, "When you wash your hands, when you eat, when you lie down to sleep, be aware." Mindfulness turns routine into a source of tranquility. Principle 36, time management. Managing time is essential to productivity and purpose. Marcus Aurelius warned, life is wasted by forgetting. Effective time management allows us to focus on what truly matters, leading to a more fulfilled life. Principle 37, generosity and kindness. Generosity and kindness are core values in Stoicism. Positive psychology shows that acts of kindness boost happiness. Seneca said, life is like a play. It's not about how long it lasts, but how good it is. Sharing kindness enriches both others' lives and our own. Principle 38, humility and success. The Stoics valued humility, even in success. Psychology teaches that humility fosters growth. Epictetus advised, do not be concerned with what you can't control. Humility keeps us grounded and focused on continuous improvement. Principle 39, understanding impermanence. The Stoics recognized life's impermanence, a concept supported by the psychology of wisdom. Accepting this brings greater appreciation of the present. Marcus Aurelius noted, what you have today was someone else's yesterday. Understanding impermanence leads to a life of gratitude. Principle 40, virtue as the greatest wealth for Stoics. Virtue was the highest form of wealth. Modern psychology agrees that living according to our values leads to deeper fulfillment. Seneca said, true wealth is wanting nothing more. Virtue frees us from material desires and brings lasting contentment. Principle 41, embracing simplicity in life. The Stoics taught that simplicity leads to contentment, and modern psychology agrees that simplifying our lives reduces stress and increases happiness. Epictetus said, freedom begins with understanding what is in our control and what is not. By embracing simplicity, we free ourselves from unnecessary complications. Principle 42, personal authenticity. Being true to yourself is central in Stoicism. Psychology confirms that living authentically contributes to higher life satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, love the life you live. Trust the journey you've been through. Practicing authenticity leads to a more meaningful, fulfilling life. Principle 43, tolerance for ambiguity. The Stoics advocated for the ability to tolerate ambiguity, a skill essential for resilience. Psychology supports that being adaptable in uncertain situations enhances mental toughness. Seneca advised, the wise man can receive anything as long as he is prepared. Practicing tolerance for ambiguity helps us stay flexible and calm. Principle 44, purpose and passion. The Stoics believed in finding purpose and living passionately. Modern psychology suggests that having a sense of purpose increases life satisfaction. Epictetus said, first, decide who you would be, then do what you must. Living with purpose and passion enriches our lives. Principle 45, personal responsibility. Taking responsibility for one's actions is a key Stoic value. Psychology shows that accepting personal responsibility fosters growth and maturity. Marcus Aurelius remarked, if it's endurable, endure it. Stop complaining. Practicing personal responsibility empowers us to lead more intentional lives. Principle 46, positive communication. Stoicism values positive communication as a way to foster relationships. Psychology confirms that positive communication strengthens bonds. Seneca advised, if you wish to be loved, love. Positive communication nurtures healthier and more meaningful relationships. Principle 47, respectful acceptance of differences. The Stoics believed in respecting the differences of others. Psychology highlights that tolerance and respect promote peaceful coexistence. Epictetus said, first decide who you would be, and then do what you must. Acceptance of diversity builds inclusive, harmonious societies. Principle 48, the power of gratitude. Gratitude was fundamental to Stoicism. Positive psychology shows that practicing gratitude enhances life satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius noted, when you wake up in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Practicing gratitude leads to a richer, more joyful life. Principle 49, patience in learning. The Stoics valued patience in the pursuit of knowledge. Psychology confirms that perseverance in learning leads to intellectual growth. Seneca advised, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Practicing patience allows us to explore ideas deeply. Principle 50, recognition of interdependence. The Stoics understood that human beings are interconnected. Psychology shows that recognizing this enhances relationships and well-being. Epictetus said, happiness comes from ceasing to worry about what is beyond your control. Recognizing our interdependence encourages conscious, ethical living. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Each principle we've discussed is a piece of wisdom passed down through centuries, and by applying these teachings, you'll move towards a more meaningful, balanced life. Join us on this journey of self-discovery, and together, we'll navigate life's challenges with the wisdom of the Stoics.